station, Oradell Media. Good morning, Metro Detroit. It's Kerry Leon Jackson, the Urban Conservative. How are you this morning? Time now is 6 o'clock in the morning. If you've got to be there by 7 o'clock, you've got 1 hour to get there. Listening to 910 AM Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. The number here in the studio is 313-778-7600. It's 313-778-7600. A couple of things that I want to talk to you about. But I'm expecting Minister Malik Shabazz to call in at any moment now so that he can bring you up to speed on some things that are going on this weekend here in town, including honoring him. And it's about time that, he deserves all of the flowers that we can give him while he's here. He worked very hard. We appreciate everything he does for our community. Good morning, Minister Shabazz. How are you?
Grand rise and good morning, Brother Kerry, and to the family, the 910 AM family. It's a great day to be alive, as is every day.
I agree with you. So this weekend, there's a lot of activity going on. I know that the NAACP has some events that are planned for this weekend, and there are other Black History celebrations going on in and around our community. Tell us about the one that's going on that you just sent me the flyer, but I'm it's on the phone and it's small, and I haven't had a chance to print it out yet. So there's one at a city hall. Tell me what's going on, including I want to know more about the honor, the presidential award that you're receiving. Tell us about what's going on this weekend.
Well, it's actually going to be Monday, but it's a great way to wrap up the weekend. But Monday, June 26th at 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. in Lansing at 2500 South Washington Avenue in Lansing. That's 48910. We've been blessed, myself and others are receiving the President's Lifetime Achievement Award for community service.
Let me tell y'all, first of all, y'all, any of y'all that's trying to understand where Lansing City Hall is, it is immediately across the street in front of the state capitol. If you know how to get to our state capitol, if you know how to take 96 up to whatever it is, 427 or whatever that goes over, and you get off on the exit that says downtown Lansing, the same exit you would take to go over to our state capitol. The celebration is going on right across the street at the Lansing City Hall, 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday. And I'm glad that you corrected that for me to let me know that it's Monday. Now, there are several people that are listed on the flyer that are receiving this award that you are actually being celebrated on Monday morning. Tell us about the organization that's doing the Black History Month, the Black History celebration, and tell us about how they picked each of you that are being celebrated.
Well, Dr. Khalid Hakeem Muhammad is a young man I met in 1995, Million Man March, Honorable Minister Farrakhan. And I've known this young man for a long time, and I've watched him travel and go national. He has the Black History One-on-One mobile museum, which can be found on social media, Facebook, Black History One-on-One mobile museum. And this brother has been collecting Darky toothpaste, Klan outfits, and Sambo books, and you being chased by the tiger and turning in the but this brother has all of that wish that has been used against us historically and in many ways still is now. He is a great and beautiful soul. I've watched him come up, had a little bit to do with him coming up, and now he's big time and he is brilliant. Also, Dr. Khalilah Ali, the second wife of the greatest, the GOAT, the boss, Muhammad Ali, will be in the house and will be speaking as well. MC Sha-Rock, anybody know anything about the history of hip hop? You can look her up. MC Sha, S-H-A, Rock, Yusef Shakur, who's here from Detroit, a community activist. He met his father for the first time in prison, coming up out of Zone 8 and gangbanging and whatnot. And he has just grown and transformed and does a lot of programs designed for young people. And some of the other people that's being honored, I'm really not familiar with. I'm really not able to speak of.
Monday morning, 10 o'clock, from 10 to 1:30 in the afternoon, across the street from the state capitol, the Lansing City Hall, in the lobby of the Lansing City Hall is where the celebration will be taking place, right?
Yes. And it's free. Everyone is invited. There will be light refreshments and any time that human beings, but in particular in the world we're living in, I'm talking about Black folks, can come together in peace without strife, without bickering. I mean, it's been reached the point Negro can't have a barbecue without shots being fired. Anytime we come together in peace and love, it is a beautiful thing.
You're right about that. All right. Yeah. I'm glad that you were up bright and early and you were able to call in and let us know.
The other day,
I saw that.
I got up at 5 to be your first caller at 6, and then it hit me. This brother is not live.
Say, I was still asleep. You were up. You were ready to join the show. I was snoring and enjoying my Tuesday morning, enjoying the fact that I mean, you know, I don't anybody get me wrong. I love being up early and talking to y'all through the week, but since there's no engineer there on Tuesday and they play a pre-recorded show, it's my opportunity to sleep in and get up about 8 o'clock in the morning to start my day. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, I appreciate you.
We appreciate you, and we'll see you on Monday. I mean, I don't know if you know this or not, but I lived in Lansing for several years. I worked at the Capitol. Whenever I get an opportunity to go back and see my friends and family that's in Lansing, I take that opportunity. And now I know Monday morning I'm going to Lansing. Okay.
Amen.
All right, brother. All right. Have a great weekend.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. There's a couple things that I wanted to talk about today, but let me just remind you, somebody reminded me the other day, all I do is pick a topic to try and get the conversation started. Of course, the show is y'all show. Y'all get a chance to decide what direction we're going to go in. If 20 of y'all want to call in and talk about an entirely different subject other than what I prepared for, that's where we're going. That's what we're going to wind up doing. Two things I wanted to talk about this morning. One, the story that hit the airways last night. And I got to tell you, my mouth dropped open to find out that the FDA, the people that we entrust with telling us, go ahead, eat that, it's safe, has now decided that they're going to punk us and that they're going to treat us like the little kid in the neighborhood when somebody says, I ain't eating that, y'all eat that. Go ahead. You got an opportunity to eat that. Food and Drug Administration has said it's perfectly all right. Go right ahead. Eat this chicken. Now, this is not a chicken that has been, a cluck cluck chicken. It's not a bird. This is not the chicken that traditionally we love and is a delicacy in the Black community. But this chicken was grown in a laboratory in a great big vat that looks like, a beer distribution type company. Chickens that were grown in the lab have gotten the approval, the signature of it's okay, eat it if you want to, from the United States government. Apparently, it's going to first, they're going to try it out at a couple of restaurants on the East and on the West Coast. And then this chicken will be in the freezers in all of the grocery stores across America, right next to the actual chicken that was slaughtered, head chopped off, all of the feathers taken off of them, and processed that way. This fake chicken is going to be in the stores near you. Now, let me just tell y'all this. Swear to God, right here. I actually, for a while, thought that there was no way that I was going to ever eat any of that impossible meat. But now, y'all, let me tell y'all, I've been eating impossible meat for several years now, and I don't know if I want to say it's delicious, but I decided that I wanted to try and eat a little healthier. Now, if 10 years from now we find out that all of the impossible meat that I've been eating is not healthy, I'm going to be mad big time. But I decided to try to start to eat a little healthier. And so I've been eating impossible meat. And now I got to wonder about this chicken that's grown in a lab from, from genes that were taken somewhere else to the scientists. Those kids that got teased in school and were told you're not cool at all, but they grew up to go to work for all sorts of different agencies, and they've received federal grants and things like that in order to do experiments. These scientists have now said, we don't need the chicken that your granny and my granny and all of them other would have out on the farm somewhere. No, forget that. We're not worrying about the price of eggs going up for y'all to get a chicken that's been set on and that's been laid and set on. Forget that. You can eat this chicken that was grown in the lab. Trust the government. They've said it's okay. Go right ahead and eat it. Tell me this. How many of y'all are willing to try it? 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. Are you willing to try lab-grown chicken? Now, and sort of feeds into what I wanted to talk about today. I don't know if y'all have been following since I moved downtown when I lived in Farmington Hills and when I lived in Troy. I had all of the home exercise equipment that was needed. And then I had a workout partner in the person that was my ex-wife. And I used to go to Planet Fitness all of the time. Once I got divorced, I still had the treadmill, an elliptical. I had, weight bench, a stair climbing machine. I still had all of that stuff. And so I had my own personal home gym. So I used to get up early in the morning, a little earlier than I get up now, and go use the equipment. I discovered that, actually exercise and working out in the morning actually helps to stimulate my brain. And so it keeps me sharp so that I'm ready for y'all when y'all start calling me in the morning. My brain is ready and it's firing on all cylinders. And so since it's time for the first break. So when we come back on the other side of the break, I want to talk about health. I want to talk about what steps, if any of you have taken towards trying to live a healthy lifestyle. Is it walking more? Is it drinking more water? Is it a particular diet? That's what I want to hear from you when we come back on the other side of the break. 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. It's a very quick break. We'll be right back.
Did you know most vitamin supplements don't even come from food? Even the products with colorful fruits and vegetables adorning the labels are seldom derived from produce. Typically, supplements are synthetic, made in a laboratory. Modern science may synthetically imitate these chemicals, but your body isn't fooled. It knows the difference, and it craves quality materials to build, repair, and fight illness. You need to consume fruits and vegetables daily in a variety of colors, as well as whole grains and other fresh food. That's why I formulated Balance of Nature. I wanted to be able to give my patients a natural alternative to the cheap, unnatural chemistry by giving them real fruits and vegetables. In fact, the only ingredients inside a Balance of Nature are whole fruits and vegetables. Don't settle for imitation nutrition. Reach for the good stuff, the real stuff.
Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code RADIO5.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who've agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-460-1663. That's 1-800-460-1663. Again, 1-800-460-1663.
Balance of Nature is fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I've had no energy for months and months and months. I had no energy, and I'm a very active person. And my husband was noticing that I was tired all the time, and I was slow at everything that I was doing. And I kept listening to the commercials, and you know, you don't know if something's going to help you or not. But I decided this was something I was going to do. And lo and behold, in about 4 days to taking them, I was repotting plants. I was doing other things. My husband said to me, "You seem to have more energy." And I said, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." And I'm telling you, nothing has ever made such a difference. So anyway, I'm very happy.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code RADIO5.
Man, the whole world has done gone chicken crazy. Whole chicken just don't stand a chance nowadays. That chicken don't stand a chance no more. You can't go in no restaurant in the world and can't find chicken on the menu. I'll give you $5 if you do. And if anybody invites you to their house for dinner, they can have 4 or 5 different kinds of meat on their mind. But they can't go wrong cooking no chicken. No. Got the chicken wings, chicken necks, chicken breast.
Y'all leave it up to Jayla to be able to find that this morning. 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. So I wanted to, as I started to say, and so I'm going to learn how to watch the clock, which I'm supposed to be doing every morning. I used to work out a lot more than I've been doing these last several months. And as a consequence, I made a trip to the doctor a couple months ago, and he noticed that I have not been paying attention to my health as often as I should. So I've tried to start back to some healthy habits, and I've been walking a lot. I used to, when I lived downtown before, I walked a lot, and now that I'm back downtown, I've been walking a lot now, soaking in a whole bunch of the changes and things downtown. I'm doing it for my health. And there have been folks, since I've been sharing the experience of walking in and around, downtown and other communities, wherever I wind up for work that day, who have been sort of encouraging, but in other ways saying, "No, Kerry, you're not doing enough. You need to walk 5 miles a day. You need to hit the 10,000 mark. You got to hit 15,000 steps. Why aren't you doing 20,000 steps? Come on, you can do it." Yeah, look, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And that's all that I'm going to do. And when I'm ready to go a little bit further, as I've tried to do, these last couple of weeks, I'm going to go a little bit further. I don't do it to wind up competing. I know a lot of you are in those, you've got all of those little groups that you join to try and see if you're going to hit 10,000 and 15,000. It's good to have accountability partners and things like that. But I mean, I know a lot of you have made other changes, such as you decided that you've got to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Let me just tell you this. I've known for quite some time that hitting 10,000 steps and the 8 glasses of water a day, those are arbitrary numbers. Your doctor has never told you that you had to hit 10,000 steps. No, your medical professional doesn't tell you you've got to drink 8 glasses of water a day. And they won't. When you try and nail them down, they're going to tell you, watch the color of the, what that comes out of you. And that's when you'll know that you've been drinking enough water, and they try and get you to drink more water. I don't go for the arbitrary numbers that somebody picked in order to make a particular app or this or that sort of popular. But I'm not, again, I try and say these things. I'm Kerry. It's a talk show. I want y'all to talk and tell me, what steps have you taken? What have you changed your diet? Have you given up soul food? Have you given up fried food? Are you drinking more water? What steps are you taking to try to have and live a healthier, longer life? 313-778-7600. Get on the phone. Let's talk to Ms. Leona. Hi, Ms. Leona. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Another day that God has blessed us to be alive. I've made quite a few changes. I retired in 2001, and I had no problem with walking because I walked to the bus stop and back and forth. But as you get older, it is different. And my lifestyle of cooking, and since it's nobody but me now, I have learned to drink my water Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe on the weekend if I want some pop or maybe some tea or something, I would drink that. And if I wanted some sweets or something, I quit making banana pudding and peach cobblers and
you quit?
Like
why?
Yeah, because it's nobody but me. If I want that, maybe I make it on the weekend.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't eat too much fried food and too much pork. But every so often I gotta have my ghetto food. So
tell me what. So that's the thing. You don't eat it all the time, but how often do you have what you've just described? Because I got to tell you, Ms. Leona, we all strive to get to your age bracket. We want to live a very long, happy life. So tell us, how do we get to that? When you say you don't eat that, you've given up fried food. Do you give it up all year long, or are there just times when you say, you know what, I haven't had any in months, but I've got a taste for, I really, really need it? You said you gave up pork. I might not eat it as often as I like, but every now and then, once every few months, like I was in a restaurant the other day, a couple of weeks ago, I think I posted a picture. I had not had a fried pork chop in probably a year, maybe 2. And so I had a taste for it, and I needed to eat one, and that's what I had that day. So go ahead.
Well, I didn't give up pork altogether because my son was a Muslim, and he became a Muslim when he was 18. So we cooked out of separate utensils. I respected his religion. But I told him, I'm not a Muslim. I'm going to eat my pork when I want it. And if you don't want to smell it, you just leave home or whatever. But those things, I don't eat every day. And when it comes to fried food, I don't eat it every day. But I have a choice about the chicken. It's got to be Purdue or the Amish chicken, and I can tell the difference.
How?
So I don't know. I guess my palate has that particular taste. I just can't go in the store and buy any brand of chicken. I can tell if it's Purdue or Amish chicken. And it's different brands. I know my great nephew, he comes over like twice a month, clean my bathroom, clean my kitchen. I can do the rest, my vacuum and whatever to help him. and I had sent him to the store. I wanted Kellogg's cornflakes, either the frosted or the regular. He brought a different brand, and I could tell the difference. I didn't say anything to him. I said, but when
I think he's gonna know now that you said it on the radio. Said the secret is gonna be out now.
What's that?
Now that you said it on the radio, he's gonna know. It's no longer gonna be a secret.
I told him when I specifically want certain things, I make sure I specify the name so they know what I like and what I don't like. And there's certain things I just cannot eat. And I went shopping one Saturday at the Eastern Market, and I was gonna pick up some meat, and they were doing the chicken. So I said, well, maybe I'll get me 2 or 3 chicken wings and some fried okra. When I got home and tried to eat that stuff, I don't know what it tastes like. I just throw it away.
Well, obviously you've developed a taste for it.
I have my Purdue and Amish chicken.
All right.
I'll try. So I don't know. Everybody's different now. I used to wonder why. Because my mom would tell us to go to the store and get particular brand, and we would get the opposite. She would know. I know now how she know because I'm like that.
Okay.
So I haven't given up my food, but I don't eat them maybe on the weekend. If I want fried chicken, maybe on the weekend, and my neck bones, and my chicken dressing or something, and banana pudding and stuff.
Is that the food that you just referred to as the ghetto food?
Well, I pick a pig feet, neck bones, crackling bread, and ham hocks. That's ghetto food to me.
How is that? Okay. The rest of us call that soul food, Miss Leona.
Well, I call it that because there's only one particular place I go in the city of Detroit and get it, and it's Parkway on the east side. If I want my crackling to make me some crackling bread, that's where I go.
So you got to go to Parkway on the east side to get it. Well, I tell you this, y'all know when I lived in the suburbs, Miss Leona's right. The stuff that she's listed, you can't find in the grocery store in Troy, and not usually even in Farmington Hills. You've got to come back into the community and go to the grocery store if you want to eat the foods that she's just listed. Yeah. So I can't dispute that. All right. Thanks for sharing this morning, Miss Leona. Listen, we appreciate you for getting up early.
I'm laying down, listen. God bless you and for doing what you're doing. Keep on doing it. Love you.
Thank you. We love you too. 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. Carmen, I don't know if I want to agree with you that it's actually ghetto food. To me, it's soul food. But yeah, you if you want to wind up, listen, if you live in Troy and Rochester, you know good well, you're not gonna find oxtails out there. You're not gonna find short ribs of beef, and the things that you might be used to, you've got to drive back into the community and find the grocery stores there and buy them if you want. But I want to hear from you. 313-778-7600. We come back on the other side of the break. I'll start to knock out some more of these callers. What steps have you taken to try and live a healthy lifestyle? Have you changed your diet? Are you exercising more? Have you cut out some of the things that might be called ghetto food? Let me know. 313-778-7600. It's a very quick break. We'll be right back.
Attention! Do you owe back taxes, fines, and penalties to the IRS? The IRS now offers new relief options for taxpayers affected by COVID-19, but you can't go it alone. Call Tax Solutions now. Our team of former IRS agents and tax professionals can get you the best deal. We know the COVID-19 rules. Call us and never speak to the IRS again.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours. The virus has caused the IRS to take extensive action to help taxpayers. So if you owe $10,000 or more, this is the best time in years to settle your tax debt.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
Remember, the IRS will not give up until you pay. Call 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499.
The all-new 910 Superstation is your number one source for urban talk radio. If you're looking for the best in radio programming, look no further. You can now listen in on a multitude of audio platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Listen Notes, and coming soon to Amazon Music, Good Pods, and Overcast. 910 AM Superstation, the largest, strongest, 50,000-watt urban radio station in town. 910 AM Superstation has the greatest advertising deal ever with our Godfather package. 100 spots for $600, but they must air within 30-day policy, and we will even produce the spots free. That's right, free. Call Devin C. now at 248-357-4566. That's 248-357-4566. Or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads.
WADL gets a facelift and is now My 38 Detroit. Along with a facelift comes new programming. On Mondays at 8 p.m., catch a 2-hour block of Law & Order SVU. Tuesdays, Chicago Fire. Wednesdays, Dateline. More Dateline and Chicago PD on Thursdays and on Fridays. You will get more Chicago PD to start your weekend. We'll still have some of your favorite shows like Mom, Blackish, and Friends. Just adding more for you to enjoy on My 38. The Word Network has been broadcasting inspirational messages around the world since the year 2000, and we keep getting bigger and better and more innovative, seen all around the world. We bring you the best teaching, impartation, singing, and inspiration. If you want original programming, we have that too. The Word Network is your exclusive source for all things inspiration, and we can be found on every device imaginable. If you want to be uplifted and inspired, you need the Word Network.
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. This is Kerry Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. You're listening to 910 AM Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. The number in the studio is 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. Let's go back to the phones. Let's talk to Nadine this morning. Good morning, Nadine. How are you?
Good morning, Kerry. Good morning, everybody. Kerry, I don't put my very much trust in the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. And I say that because back in 2009, when I had this rare diagnosis of, almost losing my eyesight, the doctor had to put me on a medication, a specific, what the FDA called experimental treatment. The insurance company refused to cover it because the FDA considered it an experimental. The doctor fought and was able to get it for me, and it worked, and it saved my life. So I just don't put a lot of faith in the Food and Drug Administration, and if they're growing chickens.
But we trust them to give the approval. It's not just drugs. I mean, it's FDA, Food and Drug Administration. When we go to Kroger or Myers or the neighborhood grocery store, we trust that they have already put their seal of approval on the things that are there. We all know that there are medications that we've all known or that you might want to try that are available, especially since we're right here in Detroit and Windsor is right next door, that we'll have family members go over and get for, that are in Canada or that we might want to try ourselves. I believe there's even, the little bus that used to go over. That was one of the things that the news used to cover all of the time. Right, that folks go over there to get the stuff that you can't get here in America. So the fact that there are drugs that are approved, that people are taking, and that they can live with, and that it helps to improve their life, and they're cheaper in Canada than they were over here. Like you said, that's been, we're not making any news by saying that part today. But when it comes to food, I mean, again, as I said, I didn't think that I'd ever try the impossible meat, because it's not real meat. It's genetically modified.
Part of it,
Go ahead.
right. And a part of it, I think, is it to satisfy the supply chain, because a lot of our foods nowadays, Kelly, are watered down. They're not like they used to be when you and I were coming up. They're watered down, a lot more additives and so forth. I could tell the difference in the taste, but I also wanted to get to, and that led me to my next point, because I've had a health crisis and my immune system has been compromised. And it's unfortunate that it took this to motivate me to do better in life in terms of my health. So I'm a lot more conscious about what I do. I do exercise 3 days a week, sometimes 4 days a week, doing a lot of cardio. I watch the sugar, that's hard, but I drink a lot of lemon water and really just try to stay engaged and involved, because it's healthy for the mind. But as far as my immune system is concerned, in order to keep it healthy, a pharmacist told me the best thing we could do was cardio exercise.
Pharmacists and a bunch of other medical folks will tell you that. So, but everybody tries something different. That's why I said, I know that I've got what I believe is my routine and what works for me, but I wanted to feel out the audience and find out what everybody else tries. And
you have to do what works for you.
I'm going to tell you, I'll go and tell the secret now. The one thing that I'm trying to determine is if folks have actually given up some of the stuff that, is the message that our community, more than anybody else, that we suffer from obesity and diabetes and the things that are killing us, is that message finally getting through to the Black community? That's what I want to know. I want to know if, in fact, if folks decided we are going to take some steps in our own community to save ourselves and stop eating things that we know are not good for us and not healthy for us. And I don't know, I never really heard the phrase ghetto food until, this morning. But the truth of the matter is, I mean, some of those things, they taste good. But, I just can't, there's no way I'm going to eat it all of the time anymore. But yeah, every now and then I'm going to get a taste for it. And I was like, listen, if I've gone 5, 6, 7 months and I haven't had any, then, it can't hurt to try it in moderation and for me to go and eat a little bit today or eat a little bit tomorrow. And that's what I'm trying to find out from the community is if everybody is starting to get the message that, for years, for decades, we've been on a path towards self-destruction. And I want to know if we've been waking up.
Right. I can't remember the last time I've had ham hocks, neck bones, liver. Remember the conversation we had on potted meat last year, something like that? None of that. So, yeah. But have a good day.
Thank you. And hold on a minute. Don't be striking out liver, because liver is perfectly fine if you find it and the right person has cooked it. Liver and onions and rice. Oh my God. Boy. All right. Thanks, Nadine. Have a good day. 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. Let's talk to Norm. Good morning, Norm. How are you?
Hey, well, I'm always fine. I'm within the norms. I'm always within the norms. Writing and a group of us.
Tell me what, but Norm, before we get in that, tell me what is your diet? Having gone through all the stuff you've gone through and the knowledge that you have, talk to me about what's your diet. What do you eat every day, brother?
What do I eat? I get up in the morning and one of the things I eat is I have some toast. I try to do that. And then
So y'all heard that. Norm is not falling for the don't eat bread. He's still going to eat some toast in the morning.
Small eat, proportional.
What's a small amount, brother? What's a small amount to you?
One slice, and I do that like maybe every 3 days or something like that, you know. And then I also cook my I do eat some salads. You know, I don't particularly on salads, but I mean I do eat that. And you know, I eat chicken, a lot of chicken, and I eat it in proportion. In other words, once you eat one time, that's it. You know, you eat a very small amount. Just in the thing that I've added to my diet, maybe after about, I never drank coffee until I was like 50. I drink coffee.
Norm, how do you wait until you're 50 to decide to drink coffee? So you go start pumping caffeine into your body, watch you become 50?
No, my daughter in high school, she liked Starbucks or something, so I tried it and I liked it. And so I drink that and a combination of tea. I think on tea, I don't put sugar in there too. I don't put sugar in anything. You know what I mean? So I make sure I eat when I drink tea. It's just a tea and put some lemons and a lemon or orange in there and stuff. And basically that's it. And also the most important thing is you got to exercise. So being down here in Sandersburg, you know, I got hooked on the golf and I practice mostly and that little bit of practice up in the morning, get up in the morning and hit the golf ball and practice and work on your
Hold on, Norm. How much exercise are you getting from hitting the golf ball, brother?
You get a lot, man. You get a lot. If you do it right, for example, you say you want to practice a flop shot. So you get a 64 wedge and you hit the ball, it'll go all, the ball will go all over the place. Eventually, you learn how to get proficient with it and stuff. Plus, you try to, well, I think use it as golf cart, but the best way, I'm telling you, the best exercise is walking. Walking is better. And stuff when I do golf, but I practice a lot. So that kind of mix things up, and also write and publish. Stay focused, listen to the news, you know that you got to balance stuff.
Keeping your mind sharp.
Absolutely, you got to keep your mind sharp. Everything.
So tell me this: I know how you feel about the DEA. So tell me that I know how you feel about the DEA, but do you trust the FDA enough when they say, "Listen, go ahead, try that chicken. Go eat. It's all right. You can eat it."
Part of our work deals with the FDA, and that's probably one of the biggest problems that we have with our in terms of regulation. That in terms of controlled medication, medications that we talk about are FDA approved, and also devices. One of the things that the FDA does is approve medical devices, anything that measures any sort of human activity or human balance is it has to go through the FDA. Unfortunately, and people are aware, but we don't understand that there is every pharmacy, every hospital, there's in every thing that gives you prescriptions. There's a tool that is our computer program software is used called Nexstar, or Michigan they call it MAP and stuff. And this tool has really can change the practice of medicine. Turns out this
Hold on a second, Norm. Hold on, Norm. Put a pin in it right there. I want to talk about changes in the practice of medicine and stuff, but we got to take the last break of the morning. It's a very quick break. It's only 3 minutes. We'll be right back.
My38 is offering a great special that cannot be refused. Are you looking for a great deal on TV advertising? Are you searching for an avenue to get your business name out to the public? With My38, we are offering a great special with 100 commercial ads for a great price. This offer is for a 30-day ad placement. Please contact Devin C. for more information at 248-357-4566 or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads. Have you thought about advertising your business on our 910 a.m. Superstation? Our audience is bigger than ever, and your investment will be lower than ever. Find out how you can grow your business. Give us a call during business hours and ask for Henry, 248-357-4566. We will tell your story, and more folks than ever before will come to your door. 248-357-4566. Ask for Henry. The super audience at our 910 Superstation wants to hear about you. Call now.
Did you know most vitamin supplements don't even come from food? Even the products with colorful fruits and vegetables adorning the labels are seldom derived from produce. Typically, supplements are synthetic, made in a laboratory. Modern science may synthetically imitate these chemicals, but your body isn't fooled. It knows the difference, and it craves quality materials to build, repair, and fight illness. You need to consume fruits and vegetables daily in a variety of colors, as well as whole grains and other fresh food. That's why I formulated Balance of Nature. I wanted to be able to give my patients a natural alternative to the cheap, unnatural chemistry by giving them real fruits and vegetables. In fact, the only ingredients inside of Balance of Nature are whole fruits and vegetables. Don't settle for imitation nutrition. Reach for the good stuff, the real stuff.
Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code RADIO5.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who've agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-460-1663. That's 1-800-460-1663. Again, 1-800-460-1663.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, red,
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. This is Gary Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. You're listening to 910 AM Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. Now, the cat's already out of the bag. What I wanted to try to do is to see if our community has paid attention. Even though we've done shows on hypertension and diabetes, we've talked in the past about those things that have ailed members of our community on a very large basis. I want to know if people are starting to listen. Are they getting to a point where they're changing their life? Are you changing your lifestyle? Are you exercising more? Are you eating more? What steps you're taking? So, Norm, we only got a couple of minutes before we wind up running out of time, and I want to try and get to one more call. But let me just ask this to try and focus. If you had one piece of advice that you would give our audience on how to try and live a healthier life, what would that piece of advice be?
Firstly, I think tell people they have to live life to the fullest. I mean, one of the things I've done is travel, and stuff like that, research and those sort of. So you have to keep an active body and an active mind. And another thing too, in terms of one thing you need to do is always, and people think this is a joke, okay? Floss and brush your teeth. And take care of good oral health. You maintain good oral health, and that when you do that consistently, that means that you will generally keep the rest of your body will remain intact. So when you see someone with like for example, missing teeth or those sort of, that tells you that they're just only going to the dentist or to dentist just to get the teeth extracted. I mean, they suffer from periodontal disease, which is so that's a very, particularly for black women, because the poor health and missing teeth is set up a precursor for pancreatic cancers and liver cancers. People don't talk about it. You don't hear about it.
Nobody talks about it. Nobody, at least nobody talks about it. And we listen on. We get ready to run out of time, but I want to maybe in the future we're going to talk a little bit more about that and maybe address it earlier in the hour. That there is a connection between all of the diseases that happen and whether you regularly go to the dentist. People, especially in our community, they are always afraid to go to the dentist. They're scared of what's going to happen one way or the other, and that winds up affecting your body in more ways than one. So thanks a lot, brother. Have a great day. Let me try and knock out one more call.
Happy also.
All right. Let's talk to Jerry. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Jackson. I'm fine. I hope you are doing okay.
Pretty good. What's going on?
Mr. Jackson, I try to stay away from chicken lab because very soon I won't be surprised, Mr. Jackson, that the FDC will create or legalize something will be called the intelligent artificial chicken. I won't be surprised. Like will be artificial intelligent chicken very soon. You know, Mr. Jackson, I just want to tell you something. I'm not trying to knock out the KFC, but since they changed their name from Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC, I didn't like the idea. The chicken is different. The taste is different. Besides, the prices is going highway. You know, like a little bucket with 8 pieces reached to about $30. You know what the family with 5 kids, 4 kids, 3 kids, they got to do? They need $100 to feed their kids. Not trying to knock down this, but I would rather to see Kentucky Fried Chicken original name come in, and the Colonel will be happy, and God bless his soul. In the meantime, I want to congratulate our minister, Mr. Malik Shabazz, for the presidential award. Congratulations to him and to his team, and thank you for his service. I appreciate taking my call, Mr. Jackson.
I appreciate you being here and sharing and always giving us a laugh and a smile. So
thank you.
Get out this morning today and have a great day, Jerry. All right. Listen, so just y'all to understand, now, as I've already said, the thing that I wanted to try to address is the fact that we have a lot of obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, and other things that, you know, the stuff that when you go to the doctor, they like to call comorbidities. But there are ways that they try to address. The reason that we have that the medical profession has a different standard for how they treat African Americans and how they treat other people is because they don't think that we take care of ourselves. They don't think that we listen, and they don't, you know, actually take the time to try and talk to us. And we've got to try and get over that hurdle. We've got to get to the point of demanding that we've got answers as to what we can do so that we can live healthy lives, so that our family members can be healthy. And you've got to ask questions. And if the person that you're seeing, if that medical professional won't answer your questions, leave them and go to somebody who will. You've got to wind up talking to somebody who actually understands you, who you understand, and they can try and give you advice on how to live a healthier life. That's what I look for. I look for somebody that's going to try and give me the advice and tell me if I'm on the wrong path, I need to know. Whatever test we've got to wind up doing, we're going to do that. Whatever I've got to try and do to try and improve it, because I want to live healthy for my family and my loved ones. And I'm pretty sure that each and every one of you want to do the same. So but here's the other thing. When the doctor gives you the advice, you got to start to listen to it. We've got to try and do the things that, you know, if the professionals have said, cut this out of your life or cut that out of your life, we can't just ignore them. We've got to actually take some effort to try to follow some of the advice that they give us. Or if you don't like that person's advice, go get it from a second person. But if 2 or 3 people are starting to tell you the same thing, that you've got to stop smoking, you've got to get out, you've got to exercise more. You know, if you don't do anything other than just walk around and get up and walk around the golf course or something, you've got to do something to try to follow some of that advice so that you can live a healthier life. That's the purpose of why I wanted to do this show this morning. Thank each and every one of y'all that called in and shared what efforts you've made in order to try and improve your life. I'm going to try and continue to do the same thing, and I'll be here to talk to each and every one of y'all. Today's Thursday. That means tomorrow's Friday. Keisha and I will be back. Y'all know Keisha told you last week what she wanted to talk about this Friday, which is let him cheat in peace. I have no idea how that show is going to go. And if you want to find out how that show is going to go, you'll make sure to tune in tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6 o'clock for Keisha and I to be here for Relationship Friday. Next up, State Representative Joel Jones, either he or a member of the foundation, will be here to bring you information and inspiration from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, followed by Attorney Anthony Adams from 9 to 11. Today's not going to be one of those 80 to 90 degree days. We'll see that this weekend. Today's going to be 75 and sunny and no rain. So get out and enjoy it. Have a great day. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you tomorrow.